Hello and welcome to this practice. We are focusing on finding length in the body after a long time seated. So, this could be a long day at your desk, a long day of travel, um, or usually this comes in for me when it's been a long day of reading and I've been sat quite a lot. So, to begin with, let's find our way into a comfortable position. Probably seated. You can be sat in any way that works in your body. It does not have to be cross legged. As you can see, I'm currently leaning against the wall for a little bit of extra support. And if you feel comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes. And I just want you to start to notice your breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. And start to pay attention to how the in breath moves your body and how the out breath moves your body. If you sense down into the torso, where does your body move as you breathe in? Where do you feel it the most? And just hold your attention on this point, wherever this point may be. And when you're ready to, start to take a full breath in and a full breath out. And the idea of our full breath is that it's not interrupted in any way. We're giving time and space to breathe in as much as you want to and to breathe out as much as you want to. Let's just take 5 more of these breaths. And as you come to the end of your next breath, if those eyes are closed, you can just start to open them again. Maybe you want to take a little roll of the shoulders, and then maybe reverse in the direction of those rolls. And then our first shape today is going to be from a kneeling position. So, in your own time, make your way to your knees, and we're going to come up nice and tall. With the feet that's behind you, you can always tuck the toes under if you would like to, or you can keep pointing the feet. For me, I often get a little bit of cramp through the soles of the feet, so you'll see me switch. Every so often I'll just toggle to toes tucked under. Now, once you find your kneeling position, it could be that you choose to roll up a blanket or pop some cushions under the knees for a little bit of extra padding. So if you need to do that, then please do so now. Now, what I want us to do is find a nice long line from the knees to the crown of the head. And you can just take the hands to the hips. And as you next exhale, I just want you to start to lean back, honoring that long line. Lean back ever so slightly. Inhale, draw yourself back up. It's just a little lean here. Exhale, leaning back. Inhale, rising up. I'm going to do 3 more of these. Last one. And then as you make your way back to that upright position, I want you to bring the hands around to the lower back. Now, as you next breathe in, we're pushing hips forward. As we exhale, we lift the chest, we lift the chin, and we look up. This is our camel pose. I'm going to hold this for about 5 breaths. Take your time with the breath, there's no rush. And as you next breathe in, you can just bring yourself back upright. Hands can drop away from the lower back. Now, from here, we're going to make our way into a low lunge. So I want you to take the right foot and step it forward. So shift yourself into that left side, take the right foot, step it forward, roughly position the heel under the knee. So if you're a little bit like this, and just take a moment to creep that foot forward, okay? And then from here, hands are on the hips. And all I want you to do is bend through that front leg, press the knee forward, and allow the hips to go with it. So hold yourself in this position. One more breath. And then restack the hips over the knee. Let's bring right hand to right thigh, and I want you to sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling. From here, that left arm can start to shift over to the right side as we find a little side body stretch. Inhale, raise that top arm up, drop the hands back down to the hip. Now, depending on how much energy you've got today, you can stay where you are, or you can join me and tuck in the back toes under. And as you next breathe in, you can lift that back knee up as we make our way into a high lunge. So as we bring ourselves up into the high lunge, the back heel is lifted. We're on the ball of the back foot. We're just going to take hands to the hips. And what I want us to do is we're going to do a little bit of a lean forward and a little bit of a lean back. So as we inhale, we're trying to line up the torso with the back leg. So think base of the abdomen towards the top of the thigh as you hinge forward. As you exhale, lift the chest, lift the chin, start to look up, hands can come to the hips. Inhale, hinge forward, long line. Exhale, lift chest, lift chin. We're going to do 1 more of these. And then restack into that neutral position and lower the back knee down to the ground so we're all in low lunge again. From here, we're going to come back to kneeling. So you can take hands to the left side, or you can shift the weight back, step the foot back, come back to your high kneeling position. From here, we're going to take left foot. We're now going to step that forward. Okay, so we're low lunging on the other side. Once we feel like we've roughly got heel under knee, we can just start to bend through that front leg, shift the hips forward. Keep the hands resting on the thigh. Now bring pelvis back over that back knee. This time, right arm's going up. Reach it tall. And then if you want to, right arm can come over to the left side into a side body stretch. Stay with your breath. As you next breathe in, arm comes up, hands down to the hips. Now, once again, you have that choice. You can stay in your low lunge, or you can tuck those back toes under. And as you breathe in, press down through the feet, lift that back knee. Hands are on the hips. You know where we're going now. As we inhale, we hinge forward. We create that long line, crown of the head to the back foot. As we exhale, we lift the chest, we lift the chin. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more. And then re-find your neutral upright position. Guide the back knee down. And take that left foot and step it back. From here, we're going to bring hands down to the ground. And I want us to find tabletop. So we're in an all fours position. Hands are just a little bit ahead of the shoulders. And as you next breathe in, stretch the front of your t-shirt. Look forward, creating a bit of arch in the spine. As we exhale, stretch the back of the t-shirt, look to the knees. Move between these 2 points with your breath. That's it. We'll do 2 more rounds of this. And the next time you round, return to neutral. I want you to take a step forward with the hands. Step forward with the hands, shift the shoulders forward. And we're going to guide the body down to the ground. Bend the arms, place the body down. Send those legs along. Once again, you can tuck toes under or you can point the feet. Now, from here first, I want us to find a little back bend. So we're going to come into sphinx pose, lifting the chest, sliding the forearms forward, okay? And we want elbows roughly underneath the shoulders, okay? But not just in a forwards and backwards direction. So what I see a lot here is a really wide stance. I want you to almost imagine that you're squeezing the upper arms in towards the chest, okay? Hands are forward, fingertips are pointing to the top edge of the mat. And you can just start to press down into the forearms. As you lift the chest, you lift the chin. Come back to your breath. Now you can stay where you are, or if you'd like to try out a different back bend, then just lower the chest down slightly. Slide the hands all the way back, so we want hands underneath the shoulders now. Not just in a forwards, backwards direction, but also left to right. So we want to be bringing hands really in towards the space just below the chest. Elbows are pointing back, and as you next exhale, start to press down into the hands. Keep the hips grounded as you lift the chest, as you lift the chin, and you straighten out through those arms. Keep elbows pointing back if you can. And once again, you can always tuck toes under. We've got one more breath here. And then it doesn't matter which back bend you're in. Let's all guide ourselves back down to the ground. Let's take one hand on top of the other. Let's take the elbows nice and wide. And you can just rest the chin or the forehead on the backs of the hands. And what I want you to do from here is bend those legs. You can bring the heels of the feet together if you would like to, and then just shift legs left to right. That's it. That head can be down and relaxed. Next time the legs go right, pause there. Just hold it over there. And then over to the left. And just hold it there. And then back to center. Now, from here, I want us to start to make our way onto our back. So, from laying on your front, my suggested method is always to just move yourself over to one side of your mat and then roll yourself onto your back. And I want us to come into our constructive rest position. So, legs are bent, soles of the feet are on the ground. Feet are about hip distance apart. And it's just going to give us a little opportunity to introduce some twists. So as you next exhale, drop your knees over to the right side. Keep the shoulders down on the ground if you can. Inhale, bring knees back to ceiling. Exhale, take them through to the other side. And just move from side to side at your own pace. Inhaling to rise, exhaling to twist. Now you can T-shape the arms if you'd like to. You can even bring in a little movement through the head. So as the knees go one direction, you can start to look towards the opposite. Wonderful. Next time your knees are to the right, I want you to pause there. Hold yourself in this twist. Looking left if you want to. Let's take two more breaths here and then we'll switch through to the other side. Inhaling the knees up. Exhaling, shifting them through to the left. This time you can look towards the right side. Wonderful. As you next breathe in, draw the knees back up. Reset the feet to hip distance apart. Arms coming down by the side. And I want us to finish up with a bridge pose. So, as we next breathe out, anchor down through backs to shoulders, soles of the feet, and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, guide the body back down. Exhale, press down to lift up. Inhale to lower. I'm going to go for three more. And as you next rise into your bridge pose, if you want to, you can hold it or you can continue to lift and lower. Let's go for one more breath and then guide the body back down to the mat. Just take a moment in your constructive rest position. You can stay here as long as you would like to. But if you're coming to the end of your available time, then you can just roll yourself onto your side and start to press yourself back up to your comfortable seat. And take a moment to close the eyes, drop shoulders away from the ears. And I would just like to say thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.